This week marks 1 year since severe flooding left a lasting mark on communities across western Maryland. In Allegheny County, rebuilding continues after tens of millions of dollars in damage. But neighbors say the unforgettable storm also led to a flood of generosity. Tonight, our Sean Martinelli takes us to the town of Westernport to get to the heart of it.
A year ago, the river rose and streets flooded here in the community of Westernport. But those who live here say what happened in the 12 months since shows the true spirit of this community. When we arrived in Westernport, this is not the story we expected to tell. The story of a funeral home hosting a tea party?
This is our third year for the tea party.
But how that party ended up here says all you need to know about what makes Westernport, Westernport.
Everybody gets out and helps one another.
Especially after what happened here 1 year ago when these sunny skies were gray and the now empty streets were filled.
Right now, 21 swift water rescue teams are operating in Allegheny County.
The biggest flood here since 1996.
The fear in all of us, it was just devastating.
What happened since?
Well, it was actually pretty incredible.
That's the area. There's a lot of strength in the people here, a lot of resiliency.
Look no further than the funeral home where owner Teresa Bowles says
the community came back to life.
Teresa's family has owned this place for more than a century. It's one of many businesses that was destroyed by the storm.
This was a completely gutted building for 6 months. I did not realize after a disaster what would come. The amount of people that just came out was unbelievable.
Which led Teresa to make a decision. She turned a viewing room into something else.
And I call that the community room.
A place not to mourn, but to celebrate. And with the town library still being repaired down the street, the funeral homes become an unlikely hub for gatherings like this.
And I really appreciate everything that everybody's done.
Kathy Murphy works at the library. She says without this space, there would be nowhere left to go. Probably the only funeral home in America that's hosting a tea party.
Probably the only funeral home that's hosting a tea party today. Yes, absolutely.
Teresa says she hopes it sends a message.
I want people to know how important a community kit is, how important it is that people come together and help one another.
Here in Westernport, long after the water receded, the community rose. And Annie, you probably remember a year ago those dramatic images of Westernport Elementary School, the students getting evacuated. We have some more good news to report, a follow-up to that story. The Westernport Elementary School reopened. They had their grand reopening just a few weekends ago. So a nice cap to that story there. I know the students are all excited. It was the first floor that was really damaged. And so now they're able to use all the classrooms down there again.
Everyone's smiling and just relieved this is behind them, but you really see the strength of a community in some of the worst times, right?
Definitely, and those teachers, they did not leave the students' side throughout that whole ordeal. So a lot of everyday heroes rose up during that event.
Thank you, Sean. Always great stuff.